So we have here 20 steps of the recruitment process of a cost engineer. So let's try to elaborate each step para at least you have a blueprint of what will happen if you apply, if qualified ka ba, if you're really interested. So you have at least a step to follow. You know where you are, and enjoy the process, right? So guys, don't worry. We will try to make a video for each of these 20 steps para you have a guide, a detailed guide of what happens and what's next, what's wrong, ano yung mga mali kong nagawa, and what maybe the rights that I made, and you can use it, diba, on applying for jobs, not just being a cost engineer, but even for kahit anong position in the construction industry. For this episode, we'll just have an overview of the 20 steps so that somewhat a blueprint to follow, right? So here we go. First is a CV or resume preparation. Kasi your CV comprises of all your expertise, your skills, your experience. And minsan naman, we don't have the experience, right? So, we try or elaborate more on kahit konti pa lang yung experience mo, but you want to elaborate on your resume, on your CV, that you are qualified even though fresh graduate ka pa lang. And of course, you can use Canva or anything, or you can just use Word, right? Give an overview of yourself. Word of advice, kahit one page will do. Huwag na natin pahabain, but more on that, we will discuss how to prepare a CV or resume on the next episodes. So watch out. Second step is job sites to use. What and where? Ka online ba? Or you can use walk-ins? But I prefer LinkedIn and JobStreet. Kasi mostly, nandun naman lahat. Pero kung, of course, yung referral ng mga friends mo, isa pa din yon sa mga pwede nating gamitin para maka-apply ka. So, number 3, where and what companies to apply. Kasi, sa Philippines ngayon, booming ang construction industry, and even the Philippine government, if you remember the build, my goals naman talaga ang Philippines to build up the infrastructure, public-private partnership. So make use of that. Pwede natin yang gamitin. Marami masyado sa LinkedIn, and we have an example of First Balfour, Energy Development Corporation, EEI, Makati Development. So lots and lots. Lahat na construction industry na meron tayo, high-rise, geothermal, water, or kahit horizontal, pwede natin yung applyan as a cost engineer. So, next we have number 4, preparation for initial interview. So, this time, when you've done your CV, you applied online, nakita ng HR or ng recruitment na, maganda yung CV mo. You have the guts na hinahanap nila. So, ito yung you should prepare talaga. Kasi minsan, ang tumatawag nito 5 minutes, 10 minutes lang. And unaware ka kasi phone call lang to. Minsan naman nagte-text sila na, are you available for a phone call? Itong oras, you have to give your time. But minsan talaga, are you available now? You have to prepare kasi unexpected yung calls. So, I would say write down at least 3 to 4 sentences about yourself and why do you want to apply. And of course, be confident lang din so when you're saying it to them. Kasi you have to sound professional kahit hindi naman. Kahit let's say you have no experience but you have to sound like a professional. Kasi sa akin, when I was applying first, I have no experience. And how can I sell myself na, may graduate ako, license ako, but how can I sell myself without experience? So we'll discuss that on the later episodes. Number 5, essay questions to answer. May mga recruiter talaga na nagpapa-answer ng essays. Of course, we are engineerings. Engineering yung school natin. Let's say, kahit English yung mode ng learning natin, it's hard sometimes for an engineer to construct words na put it on an essay. Though we can use AI now, pero iba pa din yung may personal flavor yung essays mo. So, we will discuss that later also. Next one, number 6, examinations to pass. As a cost engineer or a quantity surveyor, marami talaga tayong exams. Somewhat of an exam. You have to review talaga. Pero, may mga recruiter naman na hindi nagre-require ng examination or let's say test. But, mostly ngayon, meron na. So, we have to prepare that, no? So, number 7, preparation for hiring manager interview. Once you pass the HR interview, the essays, and the test or the examination, eto na yun ngayon ang gagawin or let's say ang gagamitin ng HR or let's say gagamitin ng hiring manager to see if you're capable. Kasi from your essays, you have your personal questions na doon or let's say you have your personal touch, you answered the question. Ito yung ngayon yung basis ni hiring manager to give you questions. Okay? So, you have to put yourself up talaga kasi yung hiring manager ang magiging boss mo sa work. So, more on that on the next episode. Number 8, negotiation and final interview. So, ito na ngayon, magagamit yung rate mo. Ano yung hinihingi mong rate? Ano yung current market ngayon ng rate? So, you can tap muna before you magpa-interview ka ng final interview. Tap muna yung mga friends mo. Bro, magkano yung sahod mo? Let's say, give me a range lang siguro, estimate, para I can put myself kung tama ba, kung mababa ba yung hinihingi ko or kung mataas lang masyado. Number 9, how to deal with rejection. Masakit. Like super. The agony of waiting, tapos ma-reject lang pala, masakit. So, we'll discuss this later, right? Number 10, weighing different job offers. Now, ito yung magandang problem. Kasi, when you have multiple offers, yun, plantilla or project hire, you have to relocate or not. So, ito yung mga weighing different job offers. This one, ito yung hinihintay mo. So, once you have kasi a first job offer, huwag mo munang i-sign. Antayin mo muna if baka may interview ka pa. Okay, it's a way of respect na din na may naset na interview. Pasukan mo kahit may job offer ka na sa kabila. So, you can weigh the options now. And, let's say, you can use it as leverage, lalo na pag may job offer ka sa kabila. Kasi you have the number na binigay nila sa'yo. Number 11, the pre-employment requirements. So, ano-ano mga pre-employment requirements that you have to put, lalo na if you're a fresh graduate. Number 12, relocation for project site. Kasi baka may expectation na yung company na na-applyan mo is may project, let's say, sa Cotabato or sa Davao or sa Negros. So, are you prepared na mag-relocate? Kasi minsan tinatanong din to ng HR manager, kahit sa initial interview pa lang, are you willing to relocate? Are you willing to travel? So, you have to put yourself, kahit sa sarili mo pa lang, you're willing to travel? Kasi for kids, or let's say for us kids, willing talaga to travel, right? Number 13, what do you do on your first day? So, preparations mo on your first day. Ano ang ginagawa ng isang first day cost engineer? So, number 14, know your team leaders' expectations and your deliverables. Kasi, yung hiring manager mo is yung leader mo. So, you can get an expectation naman. You can ask this actually on the interview mo sa kanya. But of course, iba pa din yung once you sat on the table, nakaharap mo yung boss mo, boss, ano yung mga deliverables natin, ano yung expectations natin, daily, weekly, or may monthly reports ba tayo na ginagawa. So, of course, you can prepare. Number 15, what questions to ask on your first week? Ito ang minsan parang unutilized. Kasi, kahit ako, when I was first ko ng mga jobs, nahihiya ka magtanong. And, parang, let's say, 1 month na, 2 months na, 3 months na, wala ka pa rin alam. So, naranasan ko din yan. So, don't worry. But, of course, this is an advice. Ask questions on your first week. May right ka to ask questions. Kasi bago ka pa lang. And it's a way na din to gain friends, right? Number 16, know your teammates outside working hours. So once you ask them questions, ano ba ginagawa natin? Ano yung expectations natin as a team? May lakad ka ba mamaya? May pupuntahan ako, baka gusto mo sumama. So this time, make friends outside of working hours. Kasi hindi lang kayo din na magkakasama, baka a way of stress relieving naman din. And I remember a quote from a friend sa previous jobs ko. They say that people are not leaving dahil mahirap yung job, but because people are leaving kasi yung environment nila or yung teammates nila is somewhat toxic, so unbearable. So yung friends na makakasama mo on work will keep you motivated pa din kasi sila yung malapit eh. Number 17, the learning curve approach. Ito yung mahirap for me, lalo na for me. Kasi the learning curve, yung parang let's say, acceptance na hindi mo talaga alam and acceptance na need mo ng help. Ito yung learning curve para sa akin. So, we'll discuss that later. Number 18, set your own goals and boundaries. Kasi you as an employee, you have to set your own goals. Kahit let's say project hire ka lang, you have to finish this one and what's next, no? So kahit plantilla ka or you're aiming for the regularization, what are your goals after 6 months regularization? Then what, are you going to stay for a year, 2 years, 5 years? Kasi for us, on our generation, it's better to find or to job hop. But more on that, ano yung mga job hopping na mga ginagawa ng generation ngayon. Number 19, when to ask for a raise. So kailan tayo makikipag-negotiate ulit sa boss natin, sa hiring manager, sa HR? Can I have a raise? So yearly ba or project based? So let's discuss that later. Number 20, when to resign. So kasi baka naman you've reached your goal or yung boundary mo is parang into boundaries ka na. So when are you going to resign? Dahil ba sa toxic place or sa friends mo or a new opportunity from the other friends? So we'll try to discuss that on the next episodes. So guys, these are the 20 steps. We can follow this, or maybe we cannot follow this, but at least you have a blueprint of what's happening on the present recruitment process ng mga cost engineer, and most likely pare-pareha lang to kung ano man ang applyan natin na posisyon lalo na sa construction industry. So if you have anything to say, write down your comments or your questions para ma-discuss natin on the next episodes. So see you guys later. Have a nice day.